If buying your first home is on your 2026 vision board, then this episode is for you. Buying your first home is exciting, but it can also be overwhelming. And the truth is, most first-time home buyers don't lose out on buying their homes because they're not qualified. They lose out because they simply make avoidable mistakes. So welcome back to Miami Realty Rundown. I'm Ideal.
And I'm Carlos.
And today we are bringing you first-time home buyer mistakes. First-time home buyer mistakes. And how to avoid them. I thought it was the title.
So mistake number one, all right? Not getting pre-approved before you're shopping.
Yeah.
For a new home. So sometimes what happens is you start browsing online, you fall in love, you call maybe one of us, or you go look at it on your own, and you don't even really know if you can afford it.
And I feel like most people do that anyway, right? Like you like to peruse through Zillow, Realtor.com,
Yeah.
and you start falling in love with specific homes. But the problem boils down to then you don't know what you can or cannot afford.
Exactly.
And how that monthly payment, what that monthly payment really looks like, right?
So, and I think what a lot of people do from the conversations I've had is that they figure, oh, I pay this much in rent, I can afford this.
Right.
And not necessarily the case.
Right.
So, because a lender, you may be paying, let's say, $3,000 in rent, but the lender will look at your finances. They'll be like, nope, we're not going to give you a loan where it's a $3,000 mortgage.
Right.
Because of whatever, your income, your debt, anything.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah. And why is a pre-approval important? Guys, simply because you need to be able to shop around with a pre-approval letter. Let's say that you fall in love with a home. You want to be able to make an offer so that the seller says, okay, they're pre-approved, they're serious buyers, we can move forward.
Yes.
We cannot place an offer if you don't have a pre-approval letter. It just simply doesn't work that way. So we do need that.
Yeah, that's one of the risks of doing it before getting pre-approved.
Right.
So again, the pre-approval is not just a number. It's your lender reviewing your income, going through underwriting, looking at your assets, your credit score, and what they call debt to income ratio. So they match your debt, they compare it to your income, and they come up with a ratio to see what's affordable for you and less of a risk for them.
Correct. Yeah. So remember that the bank is making the investment here, unless you're buying cash and you don't need a pre-approval. But since the bank is making the investment, the bigger investment, they want to make sure you really qualify for a home.
Right.
So mistake number 2.
Go ahead.
Making big financial changes during the process. What does that mean? Well, let's not splurge. I know we get excited. We finally find a house. We're under contract. We want to all of a sudden buy furniture. We need living room furniture. We need master bedroom, a whole new bedroom set or whatever the case may be, right? That affects your debt to income ratio. So that can either jeopardize the loan completely or change your pre-approval amount. Like what you were officially pre-approved for now is going to change.
So a lot of us have credit card debt, right?
Right. And then
and we have car notes, and we have, what they look at is credit card debt, car notes, student loans, hospital bills. Well, they really shouldn't be looking at hospital bills, but they may or may not.
Yeah.
So most of us have high debt. You know, we have a lot of credit card bills or big car payment.
Yep.
You know, some of us are paying $600, $800, $1,000 a month for a car. That's one of our biggest debts. So when lenders will allow you to have, I think it's between 49 and 51% of your income can be debt. If you go out now and buy furniture while you're still being approved for this house that you want to buy, well, guess what?
You've just increased
now
it.
Now your debt is even more. Mm-hmm. So that throws everything off.
Yep.
So wait.
Another thing is moving your money from one account to another. They're going to ask, well, why are you doing this? It's just to avoid any issues or any hiccups in the loan approval period. Don't touch your money.
Yes.
Leave it alone. Don't make
big
big purchases. Don't even go out and buy a car. Don't even lease a new car. Your lease is up. Great. Let the lease be up. I don't know how that works, but just don't do anything.
Yeah. Or don't even apply for a new credit card.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. Leave
So-
everything exactly the way it is. Once you close, then you can splurge on everything you want.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, don't touch anything.
So, and again, this is dangerous because your loan has to be re-verified
Right.
during the process. So once you're under contract, lender's going to be asking you for a million things. Credit. They're going to look at your credit, check your bank statements, and then if new changes come up, guess what? It'll impact
Yeah.
your credit score.
And you're right there before closing.
Yes.
And that can break the deal.
That will ruin.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it'll ruin everything.
Yep. And that goes down the drain.
So don't touch your credit. Leave your money where it's at.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go with mistake number 3. Focusing on wants instead of needs.
That's a tough one.
I
I feel most
I-
people,
get that all the time.
yeah.
All the time. Oh, I want this, and that. Well, I guess a lot of times you'll get, let's say you want 5 things that for that house to have. You'll get 3, maybe. if
And
you're
not
lucky.
only that, like if you want all of these things, it's also a different price range.
Right.
So you have to consider that too. It's like, yeah, I want this, a huge want list, but now we're looking at a different price bracket.
Yes.
So, I feel like
So-
needs are more important.
Yeah, sometimes some people want the perfect kitchen,
Yeah.
or the big backyard with everything, with the pool and the this, and sometimes it's not available.
Yeah.
You know, price range or your price bracket determines kind of what each house has.
Yeah, totally.
You know, so if you're in the 300 to 400, well, in this market right now, you're kind of looking at a townhome or maybe a condo
Right.
or really a small home, and it may not have everything that you're looking for.
Right.
So sometimes you got to compromise. Let's say it has the kitchen, but it doesn't have the backyard, or it has the backyard, but not the kitchen that you really want. You can always build a kitchen. You can always change it
Right.
in the future.
And that's where those needs come in, right?
Right.
Like, what do you really need in a home? So think about how big your family is, or if you're looking to grow your family, like you
Exactly.
make sure you have first of all, I guess, the right number of bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like you can do, like you said, you can do those projects little by little later on. You can make your home become your dream home
Yeah.
little by little. You take on a project a year, for example, like I'm currently doing now. But, it's not, there's a big difference between a want and a need. And I feel like most people confuse that and they
Yeah.
don't really sit down and make a list, like our wants versus our needs.
Yes.
Obviously, I feel like your commute to work, how is that? Schools, if you have school-aged children, think about the schools in the area. Do you want shopping centers nearby, Target, Walmart, restaurants, things like that? Like, I feel like are more important.
Other things, your commute to work. How far is it from your job?
Right. Although that can change too, right?
That can change. So I would really. So a lot of people will say, Carlos, I need something close to work.
Right.
Yes and no, because chances are you're not going to be in the same job forever.
Things happen.
Things
in real
happen.
life. Hmm.
You might change, you get a promotion, or there's another company that's offering you more money, and they're somewhere else.
We had a client last year who, her husband, I believe, moved to South Carolina,
Right.
because of their job.
Exactly.
That was unexpected, so they had to sell their house here in Miami
We
and
had
move to South Carolina. So no
And
matter
another
where,
one, worked for FPL,
there you go.
and they moved their position to St. Lucie. Well, they had to move to St. Lucie. So it doesn't really go. Yes, obviously we were going to look for something that's as close as possible,
Right.
but don't make it a determining factor.
Right.
Obviously, you want to make sure your structural condition of the property is good. That's important. The layout, like Ideal said, that works. Functionality. And obviously, probably the most important is your resale value.
Oh yes.
So the neighborhood, that's where we come in. Obviously, we can guide you on that and make sure that the property will appreciate in the future, and you get most of your money back.
Yeah.
And that asset will increase in value.
So what to take on this? Just create a list, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Wants list and needs list. Obviously, you may have more wants than needs, but you can incorporate those wants into a house that fits like you had said, layout functionality, commute to work, and so forth. So if you have a house where it's your needs are met but not your wants, well, can we take those wants and incorporate it into our needs list at some point?
Right. Or put it in the category of nice to have.
That's yes, I
Nice
like that
to
word.
have.
Nice to have. That would be nice to have.
If it has it, great. If it doesn't, then you can live without it.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to mistake number
Quattro.
4. Draining all your savings for the down payment.
Ooh.
Okay. Where do we start with this?
This is a doozy.
So yes, most people think that giving a larger down payment helps minimize your mortgage, which it does. But let's say that you have, I don't know, $80,000 saved up, right? And you want to give all of it. Let's not do that either, because then you might have to do minor projects to the home, paint, pressure wash, whatever the case is. You'll need furniture if you don't already have. So if you use all of your savings, we really don't have anything else left, right? And that may not be the smartest move. You also have closing costs to consider.
Right.
So it's not just a down payment, it's closing costs. And going back to your mortgage payments, that doesn't always mean that you're going to now pay $200 less if I give $50K versus $80K. Because in a 30-year loan, that doesn't really make
It doesn't make a difference.
a big dent.
I think I want to put it in a way that'll resonate. So we all love to keep our money, right? Who do we not want to give our money to?
The bank.
The bank. Why do we want to give our money to the bank? I don't want to. So if you can get more or less the same rate, right, with a lower down payment, because conventional you can do 3%, 5, 10, or 20, or 25. But if you can get away with doing 3, 5, or maybe even 10, and still get the same rate and keep more money in your pocket,
Right.
why not? Same thing with the FHA. It's 3.5. Keep more money in your pocket. There's no need for you to put all that money into a down payment if it's not required for you to do so. Some properties will require some because you want to bring the lender's requiring it because of your debt to income or whatever the case might be.
Right.
But if you have the ability to do a less down payment, do it. Keep the money in your pocket. Closing costs are going to be the same. That's not going to change. But the money you give to the bank, save it for something else. A new kitchen, a remodeling,
Furniture.
or future payments, whatever. You can always, what's that thing that they do? So you can later after you close, you can send the money to the loan, paying the principal down, and I think it's called a recast, where they'll readjust based on that large payment.
Oh.
And then your payments will go down.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yes.
That's cool.
So don't give it in the beginning. Do it afterwards.
Does it have to be within the first year of you buying the home?
I
or
think
it
it has
can be...
no. You can actually do it within
Whenever. Okay, cool. Oh, good to know.
Yeah, and you don't have to do a full refi.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we can actually bring one of our lenders and we can talk about this some more.
Yeah,
So
that'd be a good one.
yeah, let us know what you guys think. I don't know. What's your position on whether or not to give the bank your money up front? Would you rather have 20% down and lower your payment, or would you rather keep the money in your pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us your comments.
Most people are scared of the PMI too. They're like, oh, I want to avoid PMI. You know, so it really depends on each individual case. Yeah, the consumer is different.
Yeah. So yeah, Deal touched upon your closing costs, moving expenses, emergency reserves. You don't want to deplete your funds, and obviously future maintenance. You'll need to clean your AC once a year, do maintenance on your roof, paint, plumbing. There's a lot of things that come with owning a home.
You're now a homeowner, so you have a lot of responsibilities in maintaining this home. So it does come with a price tag for every little thing you do.
The idea is to have liquidity, right?
Yeah.
After the closing. So the more money you stay with, the more liquid you are, the better positioned you are in case of an emergency or just anything else you want to do with that money.
Correct.
Don't necessarily have to put it everything into that property. And then we'll go with mistake numero cinco for Spanish speaking. So we're going to do skipping and minimizing the inspection.
Not a good one.
Don't recommend that we skip the inspection. And for our sellers, it would be ideal to do an inspection yourself,
Pre-inspection.
pre-inspection, so that we know, or that you know, what a potential buyer might find. And you can either correct it or obviously reduce the price accordingly. That way there's no back and forth with a buyer. You know what's going to come up, and there's no surprises for anybody.
Yep.
And that helps in the negotiation as well. So let's say you have a septic tank, which we had a situation like that recently. Let's say you have a septic tank still, and you're not connected to the sewer for the county or the city. Let's say it's an old one, and you maybe you didn't know it needs to be replaced, but guess what? They did an inspection, and now they found out it needs to be replaced because it's too old. Well, that's that's 30 grand, if not more.
Minimum.
If you knew that ahead of time, then you can adjust your price, or you can let the buyers know, look, this is what we're asking for the property,
Right.
but this is a potential issue. So make your offer according to that, or just to avoid renegotiating afterwards.
Or even that credit, give a credit towards it. Just be prepared, like what
Just be
Carlos
prepared.
said. Know what to expect. So it doesn't come as a surprise, and then it's a disappointment, for the
Right.
seller as well.
Especially in this market, because it's so competitive when it comes to buyers.
Yeah.
Buyers are, we're not in a seller's market, we're in a buyer's market. And they're going to ask for a lot of things. So the less you give them to ask for, the better the seller will be.
Right.
So, the inspection is basically risk management. It's just for you to make sure that you minimize potential issues in the future. Roof, plumbing, electrical hazards,
foundation,
right.
structural.
All those things. We want to make sure that we cover them all so you know what you're buying. Waiving an inspection is not ideal.
Recommended, no.
No. Certain situations, I guess, maybe if you're buying cash at a lower price or you're getting a really good deal, then yes, because you have,
Multiple offers and you want to stand down, make it more competitive.
but we don't recommend it. Not for everybody.
Unless you're really handy yourself, or someone who can do the work. But
even
then it's still a headache.
No, but even if you can do it yourself, it has to be a deal where there's money, there's a gap,
There's wiggle room.
right,
Yeah,
between what you're buying and the value,
for sure.
so that you can make it up even if you're doing the work yourself. All right, let's go to number 6 idea.
Mistake number 6, not understanding your monthly payment. So sometimes buyers really only focus on principal and interest, but forget that you have property taxes, insurance, HOA fees if you live in an HOA community, and flood insurance, which apparently now is
It's going to be required for everybody. You got to watch our latest show with our insurance agent, Liz Aleman.
Yep.
We talked about that. Yep.
Jinx.
Now I
So-
can't talk anymore.
For 30 seconds. I don't even know how long that was.
I don't remember that.
Or until they say your name 3 times. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
So, so yeah, it's not just principal and interest. You have a lot of other things that come into your mortgage payments, and we tend to forget about that. So our goal is to educate you and help you understand those payments. And what is that called? I always forget the name of that paper where the lender already. Let's say you
Closing disclosure.
There we go. The closing CD, the closing
Yes.
disclosure will have everything itemized, and yet we forget to really understand those items. But it is important to know that they're there.
Your lender should explain that to you. If he or she doesn't, then they're not doing their job correctly.
Right.
So you have, obviously, your principal and interest is principal and interest. You have your loan amount, and then you have your interest based on that, the difference, and then you have property taxes. So now, property taxes are, and we'll have a show about this as well. So stay tuned for that one. But property taxes, you have what the seller's paying this year and what yours will be in the future, the coming year. It is different. It will not be the same.
So you're lucky let's say you're buying a home now. We're in the beginning of the year, right? You're going to take advantage of whatever tax bracket that seller has, but the following year you're going to pay your taxes. So
Right.
there's going to be a big difference in your mortgage payment. It's not because anything else went up, your interest went up. No, that's set for 30 years if you got a 30-year fixed mortgage. But your mortgage will change because your taxes went up, or even if your insurance goes up, which is very
they go up every year.
normal here in Florida. But
So taxes go up, I think, 3% every year, max. And then your insurance, your insurance is your insurance. You can shop that around every year. Can't shop around your taxes. It is what it is.
Yep.
So you should know what that will be and plan accordingly.
Yep.
So let's go with mistake number 7, working
like
with the
this one.
wrong team.
I like this one.
I do like this one. So if you are working with an agent such as ourselves, it behooves you. If I used
Gosh, you did
behooves,
use that.
I used it.
Yes, you did.
I haven't used that word
And
in a while.
correctly.
And correctly.
My old principal used to use that word a lot.
I'm gonna tap myself on the back. If it behooves you to hire an agent, they should have a good team behind them. And by a team, I mean obviously the agent,
Lender.
lenders,
Title
appraisers that they might know that they can fall back on, inspectors, a variety of them, so you can choose wisely, and people that know what they're doing. The stronger their team, the stronger the agent, and the better your transaction will be with minimal delays. We don't like to work with anybody that's unresponsive. If we don't get answers to our questions when we need them, then they're no good, because it doesn't serve us anything or serve you in any way. So like our lenders typically will answer calls Saturday and Sunday.
Past 7 o'clock at night sometimes
Yes,
too.
sometimes
On a
we're talking to
weekday.
them 10:30 at night when we need to. Obviously, if we don't need to, we won't bother them. But we do. And those are the kind of people that we need on our team. Because the more calm you are and the smoother your transaction is, the better your experience. And that's what we strive for.
Absolutely.
So to me, that's one of the big things that makes a strong agent.
Yeah, definitely having a good team behind you, and not only that, like you've built a relationship with your lender, your title company. They know who you are.
Right.
They know how you work. They know what you expect as an agent, so they're willing to deliver those standards as well.
Yes. And the more we communicate with our team, the better it is for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need to negotiate or have strong negotiation skills so that we can prepare strong competitive offers for you, manage our timelines, our inspections, our appraisals, so that your escrow deposit
Is
is never
protected.
in jeopardy and is always protected.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're very strong on that. So hopefully, when you hire an agent, hire us, Carlos, ideal. But whoever you do decide to go with, make sure that their team is a strong one, so that you're not left hanging.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, thank you for watching again. Comment on anything you want. If you have questions, if you're looking to buy in the future, we can sit down with you. We can prepare you.
Free
Yes.
consultation.
Yes, we don't charge. And then obviously subscribe, ring the bell so that you can get notifications.
Our videos will now be coming out on Sundays.
Sundays.
So stay tuned for every Sunday a new video.
And hopefully you like our new studio.
Yes, we're so excited about it.
Yeah.